Hi, it's Nick Hudson again. We didn't quite finish the slides. I hope to do it now, and we will. This should only take about 7-8 minutes. The last thing I would like to address is one of the aspects in the GLOWR model for innovation management. There's a few quite interesting models, thoughts in it, so it's very compromised. Read it carefully. We'll be discussing the individual aspects, for example, the differences between incremental and radical. And every time we'll be talking about it, we'll be relating it to what does it mean in an entrepreneurship perspective, starting off with an entrepreneurial company or within an entrepreneurial company, to what does it mean in entrepreneurship, which is entrepreneurship, which is generating new ideas, new businesses within existing organizations. And thirdly, the third perspective of having a look, what does it mean with entrepreneurship, i.e. cooperation, strategic alliances amongst existing companies. So each time keep them in mind, perhaps also reflected upon it with the value chain, value shop, value network. How does this work in entrepreneurship perspective, intrapreneurship and interpreneurship? We'll get back to that and discuss it in class. The final aspect I would like to address is DASU's Innovation Diamond. It's not mentioned as an innovation diamond. It's just mentioned as a way of promoting the understanding and improving on the innovative process. I find it very interesting, and one that could be relevant to discuss in a report, for example, or apply also when you're doing some work together. Let's have a look at it. This is basically Innovation Diamond. Please note that the starting point is the very center, and then we move outwards in each of the 4 dimensions. And initially, each organization will have a unique illustration. So they might be moving this far out on the knowledge dimension, not very far in the relationship, not very far on the ignorance or the knowledge that they don't have anything about, and middle on the concepts. So for each organization, and even for each concept or value proposition that the organization is working with, you can actually try and illustrate a unique innovation diamond. Reflect on why this is important, and with these individual innovation diamonds for organizations. First, let's have a look at what they are actually is all about. On this side we have the knowledge, specifically saying, starting from here, how much of the knowledge within the organization do we actually use? Typically it's only a small part of the knowledge that is actually accessible within the organization that organizations use. Have a look at yourself, have a look at the organizations you've worked in. They have much more knowledge that they could tap off than they are actually using. Then there's the relations. How good are they at establishing relationships, good relationships amongst the employees? Good relationships, according to Darcy, and I can only agree, is essential for knowledge sharing. So if you want to tap on the knowledge within the organizations, you have also to work on the relationships between the employees. Finally, there's a lot of knowledge that we could use within a project that we're ignorant about, or that we don't have within the organization. So how much work is actually put into gaining this knowledge that we don't possess within the organization. And this is actually where entrepreneurship is especially interesting. Work between organizations, very relying on they have their knowledge that they use, and for the knowledge that they need within another organization, they have some alliances. So very active in finding this extra information. And from this, there's a development of concepts, i.e. innovation. Which new products or services could we develop, or how can we refine, which is also important, how can we refine on the existing products or the existing services that we provide? Or if we're going into, we could also refine on the process, which is part of the, this third part. We'll get back to that when we discuss Business Model Cube. So that's a basic understanding of the innovation diamond, and some roles: the challenger, finding out, challenging the knowledge we have, how can we apply it within the organization; the gardener, seeking to ensure good relations in the group; and the jester, trying to ask all the questions of do we actually have the right information? Could we find better and more qualitative information other places? And finally, the conceptualizer, that then develops some concepts that can be used. So 4 different roles in this innovation process: knowledge gaining from the challenger, relationships from the gardener, finding out knowledge that we do not currently have, the questions that need asked, the stupid questions perhaps, even the jester, and then developing from this concepts, which is a conceptualizer. Typically from the 4 the arenas, this is learning forums between the relationships and what we don't know. So we have some different learning programs that we could initiate to reduce our ignorance, and that way adding knowledge to the organization. Between what we don't know, or the ignorance, and the concepts, is the aesthetic or the artistic, creating, conceptualizing new possible options that we can choose between. And between the concepts and the knowledge, this is much more theoretical based, where we have some this could be stage gate models, applying the knowledge that we have. And finally, on the 4th, we have between knowledge and relations, different social technologies or social aspects. An E missing there, sorry. So this is the basic understanding of the innovation diamond, and I hope this has clarified a little of the description there is in the reading, and how it can be used within an organization, or when you're working in teams throughout the course. This could be brought to your mind again and again. So make sure there's good relations in the team. Find out what do we actually know, what do we not know that could be relevant information, and put this in play together and develop some new concepts that we can you can choose between in a more divergent perspective. So past the 9 minutes, and I think that should be enough for the diamond, and see you at class. Thanks for now. Okay.